Hello, sea lions and dolphins. It is time for your Thursday Literally. So today we are doing dictionary work. So we've done this obviously before in school, but also since you've been off doing your sway work at home. So it should be something that's fairly familiar to you. So I'm going to go through your task today. I'm going to go through again how to use the dictionary and things like that. But actually, it's not going to be a very long video today because I think most of you are fairly comfortable with what we're going to ask of you and the type of things you're going to be doing in your dictionaries. Now, as I've said before, and as I've said on the sway for today, and I'm going to say now, don't worry if you don't have a dictionary at home. If you do, please use that, because actually having a physical dictionary is an advantage in the sense of that you're going to use physical dictionaries more often than you are online dictionaries. So it's good to practice with that, and B, it's just good to use something you've got at home, obviously. But if you haven't, don't worry, there is an online one linked in the sway and in this flip chart. So don't worry about not having one at home. It's okay, you can still do everything that everyone else can do in this lesson. So lesson objective today is to use dictionary to find the meanings of words. It is the 4th of the 3rd, 21. Let's start. So how to use a dictionary. So the first thing you've got to do is choose a word to find. So that's number 1. Number 2, you've got to turn to the first page of the first letter of the word you're trying to find. You've got to then look at the second letter, find words that have both, and then the third letter, and so on. And when you've found the word, record the meaning. And obviously there's lots of things you can find in the dictionary. You can find the meaning of words, the definition as we call it, but also you can find out lots of other things. You can find out synonyms. So these are words that are that mean the same thing. They're different words, but they mean the same sort of thing that the word you're looking up does. You can find antonyms, which are the opposite. They mean the complete opposite of the word you're trying to find. And you can it'll also tell you whether it's a verb, whether it's a noun, whether it's an adjective, to tell you what type of word it is. There's actually lots you can find out in the dictionary about that word. I'm just going to grab a dictionary because Miss Ferry's been a bit silly. He's left his dictionary just over here in the classroom. So I'm just going to go grab it and then I will be back. So here you are. I've got my dictionary now. Silly of me, wasn't it? I forgot a dictionary for a dictionary lesson. So luckily I'm in school. So I've got my school dictionary. And let's say I want to look up the word engine. Let's say, for argument's sake, like a car engine or a train engine. There's lots of different types of engines in the world. So the first thing I need to do is choose a word to find. So I've done that, engine. I need to turn to the first page of the first letter, or engine. Excuse me, engine begins with an E. So we need to turn to the start of the E's. So I'm going to do that now. Now the good thing is I'm looking at the top. See, I'm looking at these letters here, these words here, sorry, at the top. Because that tells me these all begin with D. That tells me there's no E's on this page. So I don't need to look at this page at all and search through thinking, are there any E's? Because it tells me there aren't any. The other good thing about dictionaries is when you find the start of a certain letter, it has, as you can see here, it has the letter in bold and usually in a different italic to the rest of the words, which means you know it's the start. Now I've done that, I found the E's. Now I need to look at the second letter and find words that have both, and then the third letter and so on. So the second letter in engine is an N. So I need to search through these to find words that begin E-N. So let's keep going, have a little look. Here we go. So some words that start E-N and they start here. So enable is the first word I found that starts E-N. So now I have to think of the third letter. So what's the third letter? G, so E-N-G. So I need to look through and find words that start E-N-G. So I found engage. That's the first word that starts E-N-G. So the next letter is I. Let's see, E-N-G-I. So now I need to start going through. So I find E-N-G-I. And here it is. Bottom of the page. Here we go. Engine. So you can see it there. It tells me that engine is a noun An engine is any machine designed to convert heat or other kinds of energy into mechanical movement. Sometimes you think you know what something means, but actually you read the dictionary, you think, I either thought it was something completely different or I didn't know it in that detailed of a way. So I think it's really interesting sometimes to look up things in the dictionary. It also has a second one. An engine is a railway locomotive. So that's also something you hear, isn't it, to do with trains. So we found our word and now we need to record the meaning. So I'd put noun and I'd write an engine is any machine designed to convert heat or other kinds of energy into mechanical movement. So I've done everything I need to do. So these are the words we would like you to find. Now, as you can see there, I put the link in for the online dictionary. So if you don't have one of these at home, don't worry, go to the website that is written down there. Now, it is quite a long address, so you can either type that into your computer at home, or if you just search on Google Cambridge Dictionary, it'll be probably the first one to come up anyway. So these are the words we want you to find. We want you to find strange, frightened, peering, blazing, noticed, gloomy, silhouette, valley, champion, and lament. I'm not going to go through what any of them mean, even though I'm sure there's at least maybe 2 or 3. I'm not entirely sure. I might be wrong. You might be saying, Mr. Farrow, I know all 10 of those. And if you do, that's amazing. Well done, because there is some really complex vocabulary there. But there's probably 2 or 3 we're not sure of, maybe quite a few more. We have picked some tough words this week. So I want you to look them up. I want you to find their meanings and I want you to record them. And you're going to record them in this manner. So this is how we want you to record them. We want you to record the meaning first. We want you to write the word, then write a dash. This is what I mean by that. Yeah. So you're going to write the word, a dash, and then the definition, just like I read out of the dictionary. So the definition that's there, I want you to write down. Then I want you to create a sentence using it related to the Iron Man story. So the world stared in astonishment as the spaceboat Angel Dragon landed on Earth. So it can be any part of the Iron Man story because we've got towards the end now, haven't we? So it's okay if it's the very end of the story, if it's the middle of the story, if it's the beginning of the story, that's absolutely fine. Whichever part of the story you want to set it in is fine. Whatever characters you want to use is fine. I just want you to put the word into a sentence. So the word dash definition and then the word in a sentence to do with the Iron Man. So that's really everything you guys need to know today. So my advice would be to jump between these 2 pages. In fact, actually my advice, I think, would be to write these words down, make sure you spell them correctly, otherwise you might not be able to find them. Write these words down in a list on a piece of paper so you know the words you've got to find. And then I would almost leave this page up so you know how to record them. You know, you can keep looking back to this and say, how has Mr. Ferry recorded his? I'll record mine the same. That's what I think would be best. So I hope you enjoy that. I hope you find it fairly straightforward and quite easy to do. That's the end of the video for today. Obviously, we have maths and then we have our lessons this afternoon, so I'll be talking to you and seeing you many more times. But that's our literacy lesson for today. I hope you enjoy. Send us your definitions when you're all done, and I hope you have a good day.